Injured Advanced Designs, the world leader in powerlifting apparel, presents the Rage X. The Rage X is helping powerlifters sweep the earth with massive bench presses. Extra reinforced front shoulder seams add support to the radical, thicker, extra reinforced neck. Absolutely guaranteed you will bench more with the Rage X than any other bench press shirt on the market today. Prove it on 1,000-pound bench presses. Get yours today. Check us out on the web at www.injurednet.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Big Evil's Lair. This month, we are talking to the deadlift king himself, Andy Bolton. Andy holds the all-time world record in the deadlift at 1,009. Andy has squatted 1214 and totaled 2806. Andy, great to have you aboard today, man.
Yeah, no problem. Welcome.
Okay. A little bit about yourself, Andy. Where are you from right now? Where you living?
I was born in Leeds in England. I've always lived in England. I'm 40 years old now.
Okay.
Like I said, I've been born and bred in Leeds. I've been here all my life.
Let's talk about your training. You know, your squat and deadlift are awesome. Your bench is not too far behind. They're awesome. How do you break your training down?
Well, the training breaks down. It's 3 days a week. I train bench press. It's just on a Monday by itself.
Huh.
I do squat and deadlifts the same day on a Wednesday. And I do assistance work to the squat and deadlifts again on a Thursday. The day after squat and deadlifts, I do 2 days in a row.
Okay.
That's it really. It's squat and deadlifts. Like I said, deadlift training is done after squatting. It's based around explosive power. I do a lot of training, a lot of pulls from the mid-shin. So the weight's stand broad, so the bar's on about between the knee and the ankle. I'm a trainer. I don't believe in training to maximums. I train like a weightlifter would train. A lot of explosive power, fast pulls. I think doing it after a squat as well. You know, when you train in squats, your legs are getting a lot of the work done there.
Right.
So deadlifts really, it's just speed. For me, it's all based around speed.
Okay.
Similar to what a weightlifter would train.
So, what about some of the assistance work that you like? As far as what you feel, to aid your deadlift.
Well, to be honest, the deadlift. I mean, people talk about assistance work, but there's no better assistance work for deadlift than to deadlift. For me, that's always going to be first, deadlifting.
Yeah.
The rest of it is not going to make you a big deadlifter. It's going to help them little small muscles, just stop them from getting injured. I do a lot of pull downs with a V-bar for upper back, a lot of hammer rowing, dumbbell rowing, just general back work, general cable pulleys. I never do good morning. I don't do hyperextension.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. So you okay? All right. So you don't do any of that type of work, like glute ham raises, any of that stuff?
No, never do anything like that, never.
Now, tell me a little bit about the squat, how you train the squat.
Well, again, with the squat, I train basically just squats. I train squats. I've tried doing box squats. I've tried with the chains, the bands, and I just tend to overtrain so easily. Again, the squatting is a basic, it's all revolved around speed work again. It's working up in 5s, 8s at the beginning to 5s, to a big set of 5, and then I drop down, and that's when I do my speed work. I do between 5 and 8 sets of 3s. Again, similar to what a weightlifter would do, very explosive, and just work it up every week slowly,
Right.
Don't put the equipment on until the last 6 weeks. So everything's done pretty much raw. Well, I use a belt and an old pair of knee wraps.
Yeah, so when you start in gear now, and you said, how far out from the meet? Like, say you have a meet.
About 6, 7 weeks, I'll put a pair of briefs on, an old pair of briefs on. I believe you've got to get your body... Today, there's too many people putting equipment on who aren't strong enough, I believe you've got to get your body strong first before you put the kit on.
Right.
If you're strong underneath that kit, then you're going to be strong when you put the kit on. Too many lifters today, people just think it's semantic. You could put a triple fly suit on them, they're going to squat 1,200 pounds,
Right.
It's a bit more complicated than that. That's it. I mean, I tried in the last training cycle. I tried doing the hanging bands. With the hanging them on the top onto the squat. so the bands take the weight off at the bottom, and you get the full weight at the top. And I tried them, and the squat went down. It went down, and then when I come back from the competition, the guys who I'd started training with, I just started saying, "What are you doing?"
Right.
You know, when you squatted 1,200 pounds, you squatted nothing fancy, just hard work, squatting week after week after week, lots and lots of sets, working hard.
Just progression.
And yeah, there's no secret, there's no magic formula, you know, there's no magic thing out there that's going to make you super strong all of a sudden. It's hard work, the basics. So I've gone back to basics again, and it's coming back up again.
Right. Well, that's what got you there, man. I mean, you're, the biggest deadlift and almost the biggest squat and almost the biggest total, so something's working for you. Now, with your bench press, and not to say your bench press is, I mean, compared to your deadlift and stuff, I mean, your bench might be, no one's lifts are all, but I mean, where's your bench at now? Up in the 7s?
727, I did in October.
So tell me a little about your bench press training.
The bench press training has been the same. It's all been basics. But I think bench is a little bit different now. You've got to use the shirt. If you're going to bench in the shirt, you need to use the shirt. So I got back in touch with Bill Crawford at Metal Militia.
Right.
I've known Bill. It is me that I pulled the £1,000 out, the first £1,000 out. We are.
Up in Lake George.
On bench.
Right.
Yeah, Lake George, right, yeah, well, Bill was me there, Bill and Sebastian Burns. So Bill said, yeah, no problem. So he got me to videotape my workouts, send them to him, and he said, your bench is terrible. You need to really work on setting this up. So every week I sent him tapes, and within 12 weeks, I went from benching 650 to 727.
Wow.
In 12 weeks.
What are some of the bench press assistance exercises, some of the things that he worked on?
Well, the main thing, the problem I've got at the moment is I had elbow surgery, my right elbow, 3 years ago. Now, my left elbow is going the same way. So all I can do is bench. I can't do the assistance work as such. So what I do raw bench, I do shirted bench, do raw board, we do hanging bands. Everything's done raw, a lot of volume, a lot of threes, all triples. I'm touching in my shirt every week. Triples, if I get a triple, I go again. Get a triple, I go again. If you make a triple, you go heavier and heavier and heavier until you don't make a triple. And then it changes the program every 3 weeks. We change the order, change things around and go again.
Right.
So it's worked a little bit for me as well. With my injuries, with my elbow being sore, because I can't do skull crushing, because I can't do push downs. That's all I can do really is bench press at the moment.
Body weight, and you're up in the middle threes? Where are you at now? 325?
Yeah, off season when I'm not in training, I went down to 328. I was 328 about 3 weeks ago. This morning I'm 345.
Okay.
I'm back in training now. I was about 355, 360.
Do you find that being that size, sort of hinders your deadlift, like in positioning, getting to the bar,
Yeah, it does. If I go above 355, if I'm doing a 3-lift meet, 355, 360 is okay, because I don't have to pull off half of a pound deadlifts, I just pull 970, 980, 990. If I'm going just for the deadlift, to pull a big deadlift, 350, 345, 350 is about the right weight.
Just, again, with your proportions, it almost seems like that your proportions would work against you to a point.
Yeah. I don't know. I honestly don't know with deadlift. I just don't know what it is. It's just the only thing holding me back from pulling 1,050 is the grip, the hands.
Right. And you have thicker, right? You have the thicker meat of your hands, right? You just have a hard time holding on to things.
But I started training a lot of pinch gripping. With plates, the pinch grip and the bar holding, and the grip started going backwards, because I'm making my hands too thick. I was talking about Benedict Magnus, the big Icelander, the big deadlifter, and he said he had the same problem. More and more pinch gripping you do, your hands get thicker, so there was less room for the bar. He said, and he stopped it, and I've stopped it now. And what he does is he deadlifts with a double overhand grip.
Okay.
In his lightweights, and then he uses straps for a few sets, double overhand again, just to let his grip recover, and then for his working sets, he goes back to a normal deadlift grip. So he's saving your hands all the time. So I started doing that for the last 5 weeks.
So you think actually that just actually, not the pinch grip, but just actually holding on to the bar, like, except, I don't know, the Captain's a Crush and some of those other things, like the ones that have the different numbers and stuff. You really don't think those are as effective as actually just...
No. the captains of Crush, I mean, I've got them, I've tried them. They don't relate to a deadlift grip whatsoever. It's completely different. I cannot crush it. I cannot close a number 2.
If anyone in the world could, you should be able to, right?
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. That's what I thought when I tried them. But I'm not that strong in the squeezing. But I can hold on to. I can squeeze the deadlift bar for a few seconds and then hold it.
Right.
It's a different movement. I think it's a completely different movement.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty interesting because I always wondered about that because we're just talking about that with our deadlifts right now and how to hold on. And the deadlift bar, of course, makes that a lot easier to hold on to just with a knurl and the grip and whatever. But when you're talking about those kind of weights you're handling, man, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a small window. You've got to get it right. If you overtrain it a slight, even half percentage, you're not going to hold it because over 1,000 pounds holding that, it's a lot of weight to hold it. I don't care who you are, anybody's hand, it's a lot of weight to hold.
So you're saying when you're doing these handouts, you're overloading. You're saying that's what you're doing. You're going up to these big weights and holding on to these big weights.
Well, we do different things. We do that as well. But what I do now when I deadlift, when I start deadlifting, every session I deadlift, like I'll be deadlifting tonight, I'll do both hands over like a weightlifter.
Okay.
But I won't do a hook grip. I'll just do a normal overhand grip, and I'll deadlift like that all the way up until I get to about 550. And I can double overhand grip about 550 now. And then when it starts to slip, then I'll use straps, lifting straps, for another two or three more sets. Just let the grip recover. And then when I get to my big sets, my working sets, I'll go back to a normal deadlift grip, a reverse grip. So you're working your double overhand first, then you put your straps on to let it recover, and then you're using a normal deadlift grip at the end. And it just seems to be working.
When is your recovery with that? Like, for example, if you're doing that, working that way up until a meet, say you have a meet, 10 weeks out, like how far out will you quit doing that?
I'll keep on doing it right up to the meet, that way. Like right up until 10 days before.
Well, pretty much what I'm getting to, so you're saying just your total recovery time with your back and your everything else, your grip will recover the same way? Yeah, because your grip recovers a lot faster than your back will. Tell us a little about your preference in gear. Let's start with the squat. What are you using right now for the squat?
Squat suit, the briefs, they use the Predator briefs.
Okay.
There's nothing like them. I mean, I've been sponsored with metal. I've tried the metal gear, Boss Titan, and nothing compares with the Predators.
Okay.
They're way above anything else. And then I use the canvas squat suit.
Yeah. The Viacin, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. There's nothing else gives you the stopping power that suit does. So when I squatted 12, 14, the amount of stopping power that suit gives you, it just stops you at the bottom.
Right.
But it doesn't give you any rebound. So that's where the Predators come in. The Predators for the rebound and this canvas is for the stopping power.
Okay. Now, as far as your bench press, did Bill help you with, changing up your shirt? What kind of shirt you're using?
After talking with John Inzer on the phone for about an hour, about a year ago, we decided on the Super Duper Phenom.
Right.
The Phenoms were the shirt way to go, and since I started using that shirt, that's the shirt I've benched the 727 in.
Okay. Now, I mean, as soon as you got it, can you tell a big difference with that?
Yeah, it gives me I get a lot of rebound. It's easy to touch. If it stops a few inches away, you can just hold it and it does come down. It comes down. It's just comfortable to wear as well. It doesn't cut you. It doesn't hurt when I'm wearing it.
Okay.
It gives you a lot of pop at the lockout as well.
Being a bigger guy, a lot of guys will talk about deadlifting and say, man, I can't wear any supportive gear when I'm deadlifting because I just can't get to the bar or whatever. But I noticed that, you're using supportive gear. Tell me a little bit about your opinion on supportive gear with a bigger guy and, what you're using right now.
Well, I deadlifted raw for a lot of years, I'll be honest with you. I just didn't think you could get a suit for a big guy. I pulled 970 raw, 971, and then I talked to John Inzer again, and he got me a suit made, Max DL, just a single ply Max DL, but he got it to fit properly. A bigger guy can't have it fitting too tight on the hips because you can't get to the bar. You need a bit of pull in the right position.
Yeah.
So as soon as I used the Max DL, that's when I pulled 1003 wearing that suit, and then I pulled 1009 wearing the Max DL as well, the same suit. So the deadlift suit does work for the big man, but I think you've got to get it to fit properly.
So where do the points have to be then? If you were, you're telling John Inzer, listen, man, this is what I need. I pull 1,000 pounds. Here's where I need the support to be in the suit. From top to bottom, how does the suit need to be?
What I do, I want it not too tight around the hips, because I need to get to the bar. I don't want the straps. What I need if you have the straps tight, it's great from the floor. When you get to above your knees, it pulls you forward, so you struggle getting them shoulders back because the suit's pulling you down. So what you need a higher chest on the suit. You need it higher on the front and lower on the back.